We've had volcanoes. We've had comets. We've had earthquakes.
We've had end of the world.
We've had end of the world. We've had all of them in one.
Yeah.
So, every one of those kind of takes their turn. So now what's up on the roster? Earthquakes.
Right.
And they said, who better than to take on an earthquake than...
take on a what?
Take on an earthquake.
Quake. You keep doing that.
I'm sorry. I most of the time I don't want to call you out on these. But I'm like, am I hearing this correctly?
Yeah, I heard it like
quake.
Yeah, I heard it twice
like the Prince
before.
Song. Tell me who in this house know about the quake?
All right.
We do.
Not quick.
Not quick.
Not quick.
Quake.
Quake.
It ain't the earth being quick.
No. It's quicksand.
Okay. All right. I got it. All right. I got it. Earthquake.
Man.
God damn.
It hurts your mouth to say that. Were you raised with a cleft palate?
This is.
I did have a lisp when I was a kid.
Let's try it one more time.
Let's try it one more time.
One more time.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it?
Earthquake.
Earthquake.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Quake?
you really.
Yeah.
You're stretching your mouth out a lot.
Yeah. It's,
Well,
it's like it's tough for you.
Yeah.
Look, it's going to be hard for me. So people, maybe I need to show some clips when I do this because every time I say that word,
That's what you get.
I'm going to be like, earthquake.
This is yours.
Yeah, it is. What you do,
Yeah.
yours. I told you we all have one.
Yeah.
All right, let me try this again.
Okay.
So people, we have disaster movies, we have volcanoes, we have meteors, we have the end of the world, and we have earthquakes. So now, who better than to take on an earthquake than The Rock?
True.
Big motherfucker, man. If anybody can stop an earthquake, it's The Rock himself. And that is what we have here. Or at least he can save his family. Fuck everybody else.
It does come down to that.
It really does come down to that.
So what happened? Did he fall out of bed and cause the earthquake?
Did he fart in the whole all of Los Angeles just shook? You would think so. He's like, oh shit, it's because of me. I better go do something. No, you know what happens here is we have Ray, played by Dwayne Johnson, The Rock himself, and he's not really anywhere near the San Andreas Fault. Well, actually, that's not true because it's going to take out all of California.
Yeah,
but
he's in California.
He's in California, so he's actually about to get a divorce from his wife. She's got a rich boyfriend right now. The daughter is staying at the nice mansion that they got, so they don't really have a whole lot of time for him. And he's just kind of like, fuck, man. What can I do? And God just says, you know what, Dwayne, I like you so much, I'm going to destroy all of fucking California just so you can get your marriage together.
You, buddy.
Yeah. He's going to do you a solid. I like the movies you make. And through all this rubble, through all this death and turmoil, he has to somehow find his ex-wife and his daughter. He has to find them in a helicopter he's flying around in and reunite them and get them out of there before they all are dead.
So this sounds like Taken with an earthquake.
No.
It's a fucking stretch.
Ain't like
anything
Well, no,
like
I mean, you pretty much described Taken, a dude who's trying to get his family back.
No.
Rich,
Earthquake
stepdad.
didn't like kidnap his family.
No.
Took his family.
There was
That's not
never-
what happened.
No.
Okay.
There was never a point where Dwayne Johnson was on the phone with an earthquake and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, give me my daughter back," and an earthquake said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
And just
Oh, well,
No, I ain't
I'm
never
definitely
fucking
not
happened.
seeing this thing.
And it's funny how the movie starts out because the movie starts out with him, of course, having to be the hero.
Hooked up. Out the door. Race clear.
Let me do this right.
He could have been down there already. He just showing off.
Yeah, flexing his shit.
Taking his time.
Natalie, don't you worry. I'm going to get you out of here.
That dude was like, fuck that bitch, man, get this car forward. That's the dude that tried to be badass. He's like, shit,
I want to go home.
And it's funny about this whole thing, too, because Dwayne Johnson is such a hero. Now, you see this man right here. He's got a car on his arm. His arm is crushed. No bullshit. When they lift not only the girl, but also this dude out of there, my man should be like, shit. But he's like, Dwayne, way to go, bro.
You did it again.
Yeah.
You're my hero.
Seriously, like he's like, hey man, it's like everybody has to kiss his ass in the movie. It's
Oh,
like,
man.
the dude should be in pain, but he's just like, that's my bro, man. I work with that dude. There's death and destruction all around you. Mm-hmm. If you ain't pretty, if you ain't a model, that's your ass, because everybody that gets saved in this movie, pure actors, man. Beautiful. I mean, this girl look at this girl right here. She drives off not one but 2 cliffs.
Yeah.
Two
rocks
cliffs
knocked off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And people are
rock slide.
thinking, and people in the movie, they're just kind of like, oh, she dead. That's it. You know, the earthquake's already started. But no, you look at her. She's got cuts.
A few
just
cuts and scratches.
A few cuts and bruises here and there. The people that I really like in the movie, and not really your heroes, the real heroes are the scientists and the students of scientists. Because those fools, like you see The Rock flying around in a helicopter. It's like, all right, you safe, man. Yeah. You ain't got to deal with shit on the ground. You all right. He's even laughing at people as he's going by. Y'all are fucked. The real heroes of the movie are these scientists because through all of the, once shit starts shaking, they do not drop those laptops.
Professor, it looks like the whole San Andreas fault line is being activated. And it's heading towards San Francisco.
They don't. Luthor! Yeah. Those fools do not drop those laptops. Even though they doing math and shit.
Yeah.
Sir, this is about they just like, shit, if that was me, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah, they calm as shit, too.
Fuck this. The earthquake is here.
Yeah.
There ain't shit that we can do.
I'm in a bathtub.
Yeah, these numbers mean nothing.
Yeah, not
they
now.
They don't mean a fucking not now.
Well, now, to be fair, they are not at ground zero. Like, they're getting hit, but they're like, yeah, it's bad right here. But San Francisco is fucked.
You say you don't want to see these guys. They're not the heroes. But Paul Giamatti, now granted, he spends most of the movie looking like he's going to cry. He got that mouth pursed.
He always looks like
Which is, he's just Paul Giamatti. That's what he does.
You know, he's always looking at the camera. Get out if you can. If you can't, God help you. Oh.
You remember like those paintings with the big-eyed puppies and shit?
Yeah,
He looks like Paul.
That's what he's kind of like.
Yeah.
But I tell you,
paintings.
but I tell you what, when it's time to run, if you know who you want to rally you up, you want Paul Giamatti, man, because that motherfucker, I mean, he's calm, but when that earthquake's going, he's like, come on, shit, run!
Everybody off! Hurry up! Stay behind the barriers!
You know, if you ever want to incite a riot, just tell Paul Giamatti, just go into a group of people, run! Everybody was kind of like, wow, this is strange. What's going on? Run! Oh, shit!
That's all I needed to know.
That fucking dwarf said, run! That goddamn garden gnome, he said, run! In the movie, you know what? And it ain't black man no more.
Yeah, they were like, oh, we forgot to cast a black man in this role.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, but what do we got? We got this Asian right here. That's good enough. They set him up to die. They put him in. They put him in a tunnel. He had no way to get out in time.
Our model's predictive. The right man, finally. Yep, we sure did.
No, you don't get to be happy.
Oh, fuck. He just had that look on his face like, oh, shit, I just got an email. Minority has to die in this movie, and there's only 2 of us, and I'm not The Rock. He really is supposed to be the noble sacrifice, and that's one of the things that I don't like about these disaster movies, is that they hit a lot of cliches and a lot of tropes in here. And don't get me wrong, I mean, this movie does have a lot of thrills in it. And one of the things I like about it is that Dwayne Johnson, now in the beginning, I thought he was going to be the guy that was going to do everything. You know, the guy that was going, like he really was going to go and punch the earthquake. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Close enough. He's like he's going to go and punch it, and then everything was going to be kind of cool. But during the film, he's actually practical.
Oh yeah, they put the fact that he has this fire, this rescue training. You know, they put that to work.
Yeah,
they show you like, hey, this guy is actually genuinely good at what he does. Although there were moments when he was someplace, he was telling people, hey, get over here, and debris was falling, and he looked up like this, and I thought he was going to point at that debris like, don't you dare. Yeah. don't you even. Like the breeze would be like, hey, man, we didn't know it was you.
Like a piece of rock was going to go back. You know, I'm a rock. I'm not the rock. I'm gonna go defy gravity and take my ass right back up.
No, man, we didn't know it was you. That's cool.
He's a very practical guy. He's not playing that tough guy, except when he absolutely have to. But most of the time, he's just as helpless as anybody. And when that happens, it actually lends itself to some of the real thrills in the movie.
The biggest thing about this movie to me, the standout, is that this is like The Rock's greatest dramatic performance throughout this movie. He was acting his ass off through this whole movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody else was like, yeah, we're here for a disaster movie. And The Rock was like, fuck that.
No, look at that pain on his face right there.
I may never get to do Shakespeare, but as long as I got this right here, I mean,
I'm
he
gonna do
had
the-
moments where he like, God damn, I'm about to get choked up just from what he's doing.
I'm not saying anything bad about Dwayne Johnson at all because I think the guy is very charismatic. One thing I didn't really like in the movie is this really is a setup for him to get back with his wife. I mean, that's all this is. There's all this death going on, all these people dying, and it's almost like this earthquake is the best marriage counselor he could have.
True.
Yeah.
Right down to conveniently, getting certain people out the picture. It's manipulated to put them in close proximity. Him and Carla Gugino. Is that her name? Yeah. And, it's going to be obvious anyway. I don't mind you putting that in the movie. I know we got to have that kind of, because that's what these movies are. That's another cliche. We have to get back to our loved ones. That's a cheap heartstring pull. And and that's what I don't like about these disaster movies. A lot of them, this whole, I got to get back to my family type thing.
Speaking of which, so we got, him and his wife getting together, trying to find the daughter, Alexandra Daddario. And she's traveling around with these two pip British kids, one who's about her age, and the older boy, he's following her whatever she does. Because once she gave him his number, all he's like,
Got to be my last one.
I might get laid if I stick with this chick.
Yeah.
And even his little brother's telling him, like, stop being a pussy and just stay with her and stay on target.
Yeah,
And he goes through a lot of shit just for trying to get that end goal.
This dude right here. This it's
I can't
a British,
blame him.
Yeah,
I know. I'm looking at it the whole time like, I would do it.
It's a British dude. His name is Hugo Johansson Burt. He plays Ben in the movie, and he's the love interest. Again, no time to really. It's almost like, oh, there's an earthquake. Oh, well, I guess we better go ahead and make out and start dating right after this because, we could be fucked at any moment. And that I understand. They kind of been through a lot and they get together. But that guy, as heroic as that guy is, you never really buy him as a heroic guy.
No, you get it that, like, what's pulling them together is the disaster. And once it's all over, they'll be together for about a month and a half.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, yeah, this is just not working out for me. Or just start returning his text.
Yeah.
And he'll be stalking her.
He ain't making it to the sequel.
No. You can see it like that bravery wave when he finally realizes, so I got her. When he don't have to do any more work, motherfucker gets cowardly as hell.
He does. He does that a lot.
Look at
We're not high enough. Get down! Get down! Take cover! Hold on tight, Ollie!
Oh no!
I'm not gonna get laid after all.
I never get laid. Never leave me alone, Walter. Leave me alone. Go back to your ocean.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, they're like Bert Lahr, the cowardly lion.
Stop it. Oh, leave me alone, Walter. Leave me alone.
Not so hard.
Not so hard. But the real star is the destruction. The real star is all the death. This film, one of the things that we see that we don't see in a lot of movies of this type, even with the whole world getting destroyed, it was still something about this movie where
You see those individual deaths.
man, it is so many. See, I hate to be morbid, that's what it is. There's so much death going on, and it's actually kind of cool. There were people hanging on to things and falling. There were people burning alive. There were people getting engulfed by the debris, and all of them. Their last words were, "Ah!" Yeah, it is death everywhere, and it's something about just seeing a whole state being taken out. This earthquake ate the fucking city, man. It destroyed not city, but the state. Like California does not exist. This is a CG effects heavy film right here, and it delivers on that. I'm beyond being impressed by that. Especially when it has all of these old tropes that we see in disaster movies. Some I've already named. They have others like, the old couple who they see destruction coming and like, well,
fuck it,
we old anyway. Let's just kiss each other.
The Titanic couple.
Yeah. We had the Titanic death.
Oh, come on.
It's quick, but it's still there.
But it's there. It means nothing.
No, we've seen it a million times.
Yeah, we've seen it, and it means nothing.
Right.
And it's just kind of like, well, we too old to run. Let's just fuck right here one last time before we go out. And I don't know, man. It's one of those films where if you want to see nothing but spectacle, go ahead. This is a run-of-the-mill disaster movie. This is something that I give a rental to. I mean, unless you really just want to see special effects on the big screen, if that means that much to you, then go ahead and go see it.
I was actually surprised by how much The Rock put into this, or Dwayne. You know what? I'm calling him Dwayne Johnson because he was acting to that level of being.
Man, there's been plenty of times for you to call him Dwayne Johnson. This is going to be the one.
He hasn't earned it yet.
But see, that's the thing. That's why I don't know what his decision making matrix was, where he decided this is the movie. But he really did give like a serious. He's been in serious action movies, but nothing that gave him a chance to stretch and be a real family man. And it was odd. And seeing those moments made me go like, you know what? That's the thing that made me look at this and go like, this could have been something more. It could have really focused more on that story. It might even have been a better story if it would have been about a couple that was breaking up, not trying to get back together.
Actually, you're right.
You know, just give us some actual genuine drama that we could have been following also. Because the way this is set up, yeah, you know the scenario and you know pretty much how that's going to resolve itself. The best thing I can say about it is that it wasn't painful. I didn't hate it. I wasn't going, but at the same time, tomorrow, I ain't going to remember this movie.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a rental. Unless you love disaster porn, then shit, go see it in D-Box because it's going to rock your socks.
Oh, hell yeah. We want to see like real. We want to see like sometimes the real results of these kind of disasters because in this people get buried and you just forget about it. And that's why it's so fun. That's why we're not assholes. I mean, they're using that as spectacle. They want you to laugh at these people.
That's the thing. Almost anytime you see somebody die, there's a bit of a Warner Brothers cartoon element to it.
I mean, and it's because they set it up like that. I mean, we're dumb, but to round out their point, it's one of those things again where if you ain't The Rock or if you ain't with The Rock, that's your ass. I mean, there's a part in this movie where y'all saw that what we showed with that boat and The Rock going over there. Man, that boat was at the same distance as The Rock. They almost made it together.
That was the thing I thought too. When his boat and that boat were going up that tsunami right there, I was like, there's no reason for that boat to tumble.
Man, that boat. Did you see that boat right there? Like they were the same distance, and then The Rock rolled up, and this shit happened.
No, Rock, you gonna ruin it for us.
No, did you even hear that, man? The boat actually screamed when it went back. The boat saw The Rock, and it's like, oh, fuck. Listen to it. The boat screamed. Listen. They knew. The boat was like, fuck. The boat actually said, I'm fucked. Why did the boat know it was fucked? Because they said, you ain't got The Rock.
Yeah.
You know, we got to show somebody dying. That's your ass right there.
It's like Prudential Insurance. Get a piece of The Rock.
It's true, we really need you.
For life, health, auto, home.
Get a piece of The Rock.
Prudential Insurance.
Normally I would be like, fuck you, Martin. But if you don't have The Rock on your side,